got guava tree, cat guava tree this morning. And also our other cat guava. And then look at our grapes. Let it focus. Let it focus. See the grapes in between there. More grapes here. And that's the grapevine. I don't know if you can see, but hopefully you can. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We out in the garden. We got more grapes there. Yeah, they come in everything. There. They everywhere. Yep. Somewhere in this mess right here, we got a um let me think. Let me think. It's too early. No, it's not. In here, let me see. Blackberry. There's a blackberry bush in there. I know you can't hardly see it for the weeds all around it, but there is a blackberry. Okay, this is what our peach tree starting to look like. So far, it's putting it's been dormant, but it's putting the leaves and everything back out on it. So that's what our peach tree looking like so far. Then this is our mango tree. Well, we said we called them whoppers last week. They was little, still is little, but getting bigger than what they was last week. And the mango tree. That's what everything looking like right now on the mango tree. Okay, then that's the purple sugar cane with more. And we getting ready to put in the back. Yeah. And I don't know yet. Let's see that the broccoli seeds. You see they all brown. My daughter gonna have to pick them all today because if she don't, it's gonna be a patch of broccoli growing right there in that one place. Good morning, Joe. How you doing? What up, Unc? Fred, I gotta start calling you Eve now. Where's Adam? Adam in the house. Adam in the house with getting the kids in order this morning. That's what Adam is. This is our grapefruit tree, and yes, she looking a little light this morning, but y'all already see. I already got her straight. She just gotta come back to life. Now next week, if I show y'all her and she still looking this color, then y'all know that I ain't gave her no attention. I ain't gave y'all no attention. Y'all see this mango tree? I told you this the first time this one was putting out fruit. It got a couple of them that's holding on there. You know, not a whole bunch, but if it holds one for this season, that would be amazing because it ain't. It's an air layer, so This the first time that it put out. And y'all, I told you I'm scared to walk over here, but that's the gopher hole. Wait a minute, where is it? Let me show. Okay, there it is. I can't see it. That's the gopher hole that over here in this area that I showed y'all that big gopher came out of the other day. Here in this section, there's another. That's a another sugar cane plant that I planted, and y'all see it got little sprouts coming up around the sides of that one. This fruit tree, I don't know what it is. It gonna make food one day, and that's all we know. Cause if you plant any seed from a orange tree or whatever, you ain't guaranteed to get an orange. You might get a lemon, you could get a grapefruit, any of that stuff. So I don't know what it is. This right here is um, a pomegranate tree. We done had it for I think a little more than 2 years now. So, I'm not expecting it to bloom no time soon. But maybe next year. I don't know. But I made that one from out of the grocery store. From something that I bought, from the store. The lemon tree. She got lemons on her, but it's like a Easter egg hunt to be able to find where the little lemons at on here because they so little. But there's a lemon, and now that the lemons growing and everything, and the climate changing and all of that stuff, you have lemons that's still trying to get ripe. You got baby lemons coming, so it's all the tree be all mixed up. But there's a little a new lemon right there. Let me show you. Make sure I get a. Yeah, there it is. I think y'all can see it now. But that's the lemon. Our banana tree coming right along, still putting us out bananas. Those just hopped out not long ago, so they ain't reached their full potential yet. We still got more. This one, we cleared that off. Did you plant any eye medication? I'm just kidding. It is. You got to tell me. You got to tell me what the remedy is, and I just might. Uh, there's more bananas, and these are the bananas that's feeding us right now. We just come out here. Well, Adam, as Joe called him. Hey, boo. Hey, Korean. How you doing? As Joe called him. Adam comes out here when we on the last bunch of bananas inside of the house, and he cut them off of there and then let them ripen inside of the house. So that banana tree is still feeding us. That's another pomegranate tree. And you all remember, in Orlando, Florida, um, most of these fruit and stuff that I'm showing you all, I'm telling you, I bought groceries from the grocery store out of the fresh food section, and I just planted the seeds from what I had in the store. So you ain't got to go out and do much of anything to it. Just throw the seed in the ground. All right. Um, Another mango from a seed that we had here. And Joe, you said, did I plant any eye medication? I planted some black eyed peas. That's probably as close as we gonna get to it for right now. But oh, there's another little mango tree that I missed. Y'all, but there it is going down that line. We're gonna walk back this way. This is our little star fruit tree. She little, but we growing together. And these are our potatoes that we planted. Is coming close to time. for them to be harvested. You see some of them, the top done died off of some of them already. We just waiting for them to, you know, get a little bit more browner than that right there before we harvest them. These right here are starting to turn. We planted all of these around the same time, and they actually in competition with the ones we already done um, harvested already. The first ones we planted have been harvested already in the um, pull one or what up. What you want me to pull up a potato, Korean? Let's see. You know I'll find you one now. Let me see. See this one right here? Um, it's got a brown one. The stem on it is brown. I'm sorry, like I touched it. So it's potatoes in the pot. Yeah, you remember we planted these? We planted these out here together. But see, it got another plant on it. So if I pull this one up, then it's gonna stop the. Let me move the soil around. Oh, look. Let me see. Look at there. Now that's the best we gonna do right there. You see, Korean? Tell me if you see that or not. Am I blocking it? You see that potato? So we know we got potatoes in the thing. So we gonna see which one do the best. So we ain't gonna pull it up. We ain't gonna pull it up right now because it ain't time for that one yet. But these are other potatoes right here. Um yeah, so you see them are chicken poop potatoes. That's the only thing we put into the soil when planting those potatoes was a chicken poop. But these right here is potatoes that we got from the grocery store. Right over there, where you go in there, you grab your bag of potatoes, or you pick your own potatoes, whatever. That's what these is right here. Got them from the grocery store. They cheaper than the ones you get from the place. So until they start putting some stuff on it that make them stop cheating or whatever, you know, y'all try to grow y'all stuff that's in the grocery store. Um. Oh, and yes, I seen a video this morning on TikTok, and this lady over in Alaska, and she's showing us the prices in the store over there. Honey, the prices over there. I'm gonna just name one of the things that she showed on there. She showed a box of noodles. The box of noodles was $18. Can you imagine us over here paying $18 for a box of noodles? And I'm sure everybody on here know what we talking about when we say box of noodles, oodles with noodles, or whatever. Those little things that cost $2.89, or they probably now $3 and something. Cause I try not to buy them too much, but my kids be with me and be like, "Mom, you forgot the noodles." But anyhow, okay, y'all, these is our pineapple. And I never get way too close to these right here because they will give you the shot of life by sticking the best out of you. But you can see there is pineapple all hidden through there. And that's I think this is our biggest one right here, but we'll know. There go our celery that we created from the fresh food section in the grocery store. Bought a stalk of celery, set the bottom of it in some water, and roots came out of it, and we put it in some soil, and now we got celery. Strawberries created from the grocery store. Strawberries created from the grocery store. uh Girl, I'm fat. Got me looking in the back of my neighbor's yard. I gotta be all nice. And neighborly like, hey, you better get it right. Hey, you gotta be able to have something to add to the collection. If you see your neighbors growing, then you gotta think about, dang, what can a plan be, that I can add to the collection here. You better go buy them some seeds or something. That might work. Say, yeah, I seen you like to grow over there. I went to buy you some seeds or something like that. These tomato plants are a year and a half old, so they look toe up, but they still putting out tomatoes for me. And I'm gonna ride it out until it die. I even seen, I thought it had some more blooms or something on it again, but you know, see this one right here, old tomato plant. But look at there, look at there, and inside of there, more pineapples. See them hid all up inside of there. Walmart delivery person mistakenly put two powder cans of Enfamil costing $52 per. Ooh, woo! More tomato. But yeah, yeah, if you want to be a lazy gardener, any kind of gardener is better than no gardening at all. I'm telling y'all, if it's up there like that right there, you think it ain't gonna trickle down to us? And what the minimum wage gotta be for you to be paying $18 for a box of noodles? I'm talking about that same 12 pack of box, that 12 pack of noodles in the box for $18. Come on now. Korean. The first thing I would have been thinking when I went through my bags after the shopper done came and bought something like that to me, and they cost $52 a can, I'd have been right on the marketplace or something trying to sell them. Child, please, that is absolutely crazy. I see some chicken food over here in my collard greens, because I told y'all any of the collard greens that have holes in them, I pick them and give them to the chickens, and hopefully there's the worm that is causing the damage to the plant. I be hoping that he on the leaf when I give him to him, so then I don't ever have to see him or whatever. But that's what our greens looking like, and we might need to be picking some soon. um but those are enough greens to um feed my family and give some away too. But look at there, y'all. Look at this. When I first showed y'all this sunflower, the sunflower was to my shoulder. It was up to my shoulder. And then the other day I came out here and it had the head on it. And the head is now taller than me. This the section where we pulled out our first harvest of potatoes. And after I pull those harvests of potatoes up, I immediately put some more potatoes. I put some, that some gardening seasoning salt in there. You know what I'm talking about. I fertilized it and then replanted some more potatoes right in there. But even though I didn't plant any more in there, you see our sweet potato vine growing in there too. So we gonna let it do what it do. We got seeds from our onions. Some of these onions got right out the grocery store, stuck them down in the ground, and look how they grow. Green onions. I have to show y'all another onion that I started and I put into the bed that I cut from the store. But let me see. Hey y'all. Let me show you this sunflower. Hopefully it don't got no bugs or nothing on it. So I'm gonna show you how much taller the sunflower is than me right now. You see that? Sunflower taller than I am. Cheese. Yep. And it got multiple, multiple heads on it. It got, let me see, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 heads on this one sunflower. Oh my goodness. All right, y'all. Lord, if I could just be wait a minute, I can't yeah, a rabbit about 8 minutes in your yard. Whoa, be unto you. Um, Joe, don't let me get violent on here. And others are sprouting. Yes, they are. Ain't that something? Okay, and remember last week we walked through the garden and I told y'all I was just randomly throwing down. Okay, y'all. I was just randomly throwing down sunflower seeds that I had for a while. So, um, we gonna see they gonna be growing everywhere. Excuse me, y'all. Okay, now right in that same bed with the onions, a tomato, mm, a tomato plant came up. Okay, y'all, I think I'm finished choking now. See you later, Korean. Thank you for coming through. And look at here. On here, you see, there's a worm somewhere here. Um, he done went through one side of the tomato and came out through the other side. So I don't know, but look how many tomatoes are there. And then there's some little ones that's there. They haven't opened up yet. But look at there. There's more blooms on this one plant. So I mean they everywhere, popping out everywhere, which means this plant is eating good. Look at all those blooms down there. I need to come and tie this thing up because it's going all over the place. But okay. In here we growing potatoes. I see one of my potatoes done shriveled up over here, and I know these the last ones that I planted, but some of them shriveling up already. But okay. And over here on this side, we growing grass. Nah, I'm not intentionally growing grass. It was supposed to be black beans. Um, and you can see only a couple of them came up. So we don't always win every time. My beans, sweet peas, need to harvest some of those. Green beans. Let me show y'all. We got green beans. They all in there, nice and thick. More green beans right there. Yeah, but it's quite a bit of them up in there. That bed right there required me to bend my back. a little bit. So, and then in our background is where the big garden is. So that's where we headed at next, to the big garden. And our chickens over there, they always know when I come out here to the garden, they start making all of that noise because they expecting me to bring them something. But I ain't plucking on nothing this morning. I'm just doing a walkthrough. Okay, and our lettuce. Okay, we see the lettuce on the way back to the garden. It got a lot of weeds in there. I can't reach the weeds back in the back. So um I have to get Adam to come reach back there in the back to get it. But I ain't too I'm sleeping on this bed right here, which means I got a whole lot more space to plant in because I got this whole thing. And I started it and I just didn't finish. I got bored with it. I got the tools to finish it and everything. I ain't finished it yet. So, I'll eventually get in the mood, but I got 50 projects going on at one time, so I'll get to it when I get to it. Look at our broccoli. Plenty of it. And it's growing big. I don't be knowing if y'all can really see it, but hopefully you all can see. Yeah, I think you all should be able to see that. But the broccoli is growing up nice and big. I think we got all but two cabbages over there on the next row. Y'all know I don't be tripping about the cabbage. I told y'all I haven't been successful at growing cabbage like that. I'm more successful with the ones that I get from the grocery store and sit them down in some water and let them reroot, and they'll grow cabbages out the side of them. But these are black eyed peas, looking good. And these are more sunflowers. Can you imagine what that's going to look like when all of these sunflowers grow in one area and to see those colors pop in just this one area right here? Man, please. More sunflowers. And over there on that little hill right there is sweet potato vine that I had put in a bucket, and it's been there since before winter came and it survived. So we dumped it over there, and let's see how many sweet potatoes it's gonna give us just being planted up under a bed of wood chips. Let's see what it do. But yeah, that's our sunflowers and everything. There's more sugar cane, purple sugar cane that I need to plant. But that's what this section of the garden is looking like. And the sunflowers over here, let me stand next to these sunflowers and let's see how tall these sunflowers are to me right now. Okay. Um if I can touch it with my hand without bending over, can you see that? So it'd be some type of measurement. I can touch it with the tip of my finger right now. Hopefully, I'm showing that. I can touch it with the tip of my finger. Now, probably before this week out, that'll be all the way to it's touching mid thigh on me. I ain't tall in the first place. I'm only 5'4". So the sunflower ain't got a whole lot to outbeat over here, especially when it come to height. So um, you know, 5'4". That's it. Okay. And then y'all see our squash down there? She about ready to come on inside. She about ready. In fact, she is ready. Ready enough for me. But I like having something to look at, like, out here. And we got more that's coming right there. Let's see what else we got out here. Uh, we got some more. And look at the sunflower coming up in a place I didn't put it. But anyways, um, zucchini. It's a very little one down there, and it's green. So, oh, actually, there's two. I see two of them. All right, y'all. We got some zucchini. More squash. The squash showing out. Yeah, more squash. Three of them on that one. Um, oh, I see three on this one right here. That look like a long neck one right there. This one turning all kinds of ways. More squash growing on there. So, you know, our squash is doing good. Our okra on this one, we don't have a whole bunch of them there, but we got okra and we planting ones in between. There's a few okra on this row. There's 12 okra plants on this row. They still small in stature. And then in the empty spaces that's in here, I cleaned this bed out yesterday and I planted more seeds, so we'll have different stages of okra throughout the season. So there you go with that. Here is our cucumber plant, and she got a couple of little pickles growing on her already. Y'all see that there? Yeah, she got a few of them growing on them. And I see she finally connecting herself to um, the netting. So that's the point that I'm waiting on. I trimmed them back yesterday to get, you know, more air circulation going through them. There's another one down there. So I got a couple of them on there. These are our tomatoes. We cleaned this bed out the other day. Y'all was rolling with me as I did clean this bed out, and we still putting up poles for the tomato plants and everything. And this one of the rows right here where we try to be mindful of the things that we have and using what we got in our yard to maintain the garden to make it be as cheap as possible. So we grow also bamboo here in our yard. I ain't never showed y'all the bamboo, but we grow bamboo in our yard. Our bamboo grow itself because we don't do nothing to it. It just grow and grow and grow and grow. But anywho, um, we putting up sticks right now to support the tomato plants. which are in full swing. Our soursop tree. And here's a tomato plant that already has three blooms on it already. Another one that has some on it, so after a while I got to get to um, pinning them up. Um, so we got two more okra plants right there. Um, at the end of the tomato garden. This is our baby bell pepper. The first time I ever bought bell pepper plant from the store. I bought it because when I went in the store one day, I needed some bell peppers because I ran out from my ones I collected from before. Um, and a bell pepper is almost $1 now. So I was like, let me spend this $10 to get me a plant. They're gonna continuously create, and then my plant will pay for what I would have did in the store by the time it finished giving me life. And so already, you see, it's got one bell pepper growing on it, uh, nicely. So already, it's finna give back to me. So we good. Um, more citrus. Have no idea what it's gonna be, but it's growing something that's edible. That's another food tree. I don't know what it is. Somebody ordered it for me. I have the list, I think, somewhere that I took of what all that it was that he bought me because I think he bought me like 8 different plants. And I've never had anyone do that for me, and I was very, very appreciative. But I didn't label anything. It had labels on it, but that one got knocked off. So I have no idea what kind of tree that is. If anybody know, then let me know. But oh gosh, we got a butterfly on our watermelon, which then means she dropping her babies on here and expecting my watermelon to feed them. Look at her just sitting there. I don't mess with none of that. I don't know what she doing, but I think she dropping eggs. But anyways, that's our watermelon. Yesterday I killed one of our loofah plants um, by making a mistake and throwing fertilizer on top of it, and it burnt the plant all the way up. I don't know if it'll come back out in another way or whatever, but yeah, it's burned up. But that's our watermelon. We started it from seed, and it's stretching out. Show show the hanging bridge. What is that? She broke she broke and dangerous. Show the hanging. Yeah. Thank you very much. Hey, growing with Hudson. Come through, sis. How you doing this morning? How are you? Okay, let me show y'all. Let me show you the one that I burnt up yesterday. Here it is. If you can see it in between the net, my shadow of it right there. Then I'm gonna leave it down in there, and I just yesterday, I'll water it again. Cause I don't think I killed the top of of the plant. So you wait a minute. Are you in your hometown? There's one loofah and there's another one. We waiting to see which one gonna come out. We got two, and I'm gonna try to take care of them and not take them out. Um, and I'm hoping that one day we come out here and one of our other ones pop back up. pop up. But if not, I'm gonna be satisfied with two. I'm gonna be satisfied with two. Um, Alien Vomit. She's broke and dangerous. I don't even know what you beginning to talk about. So, um, let me get rid of you. So then leave us to be broken dangerous over here. I just left a big plant sale. What you find at the plant sale, growing with Hudson. Um, Here is um more pineapple plants that we twisted off the top of these and stuck them down in the ground. And I just had an idea. Oh, let's trim the roundabout um of the driveway. And look at we got a squirrel sitting over there. And I know what he doing. He nibbling on he digging up my peanuts and eating them, digging up our peanuts. And he over there chilling on the brick, getting fat and happy. And this the area right here I told y'all all these tree limbs and stuff hanging down low. I'm about to get ready to clean all of that area out. I know I ain't doing it by myself, but okay, y'all. But that's another project we finna get ready to do because this way I want my watermelon to grow all up and through this area right here. We gonna guide them to stay in that place. This is our pumpkin patch over here. Um, you see the pumpkins are all starting to pop up. If y'all can see, we got, as days go by, you'll start to see because the squirrel's been over here eating the pumpkins too. So I think today, by the end of the day, all of them will be done popped up, especially when you put some water on them. And y'all know I haven't turned the sprinkler on. Yeah, that's usually what we're doing. I got a lot. Bay leaf plants. Oh, that's a good one right there. That's a good one. New variety of basil, feverfew, lavender, and etc. Okay. What it was at a store. I'm going to post a video. Okay, then I'll be there to watch. I'll be there to watch and see what it got. Look at that mushroom. It looked like a potato by the head of it. But yeah, look at that mushroom. Now I'm gonna walk through and maybe be very, very disappointed that I don't see no peanuts yet because the squirrel is pulling them all up out of the ground. So I don't know how much we're gonna get. Yesterday, me and my daughter came out here and looked to see how much of it we saw growing, and we saw a couple of them growing. And the thing is with these squirrels is they come and they dig up the peanuts, and then they put in corn like they got corn from out of my chicken pen, and they drop the corn here because they got it in their cheeks or whatever, and throw away the corn, and then they eating the peanuts. Look how they just digging up all of them. They ruthless. I see one coming up right there. But what is one? What is one? What we gonna do with it? So look at that. He dug that one up and it already had everything was I got it in the wrong area. See, he dug that one up. It already had the root of it going. So I don't know what we gonna have to do to get some peanuts. Cause they out here moving faster than they can come up out the ground. So Yep. The only way I see doing it way back here in the back, because this the first time we ever planted them back here in the back. You can't wash it. You can't. There's no constant movement um back here in this area, so ain't nothing to deter the squirrels from taking all your nuts. So yeah, they doing us in. I know that. Yes, they go. Hey, Miss Coffee. Um, yeah, they doing me in over here with the peanuts. So we'll see what's gonna happen. I ain't gonna even let it bother me that he destroying me. This was one of the hills that one of the loads of dirt that been sitting there now for probably about 3 years now. So the rain washing it down. It used to be a big hill, but that's one of the hills, the loads of dirt that we got delivered that helped me lose them 120 pounds. Um, and now my husband was talking about moving this one. We was using this one for target practice at one point, but we done obliterated all of the targets and everything. Is past those cars right there. So you got a wall back that way. But so now he's saying it's time to get rid of that hump of dirt so we can plant some more stuff there. But okay, y'all, this the part where I become lazy because I don't know if I'm gonna do anything out here in this garden today except for listen to my water sprinklers. Um, I don't know what else I'm about to do out here because my back is hurting just a little or whatever. But I just don't feel like doing anything. I just feel like being out here in the shade where it's nice and cool at. And I probably, when I came out here, I bought my book with me. So I'm finna hook up the water sprinkler and set the system to, you know, water ourselves and watch ourselves grow. We're gonna set these water sprinklers up. So I need to lose before surgery. Oh, okay then. Ooh, well, I don't know how to tell you to do that. I didn't even purposely do that. Yeah, I wanted to lose some weight, but I wasn't in my mind. I was not actively thinking of going on a diet. None of that stuff. I wasn't thinking that way, but in my mind, yeah, the first thing you start with is saying, letting yourself know there is an issue and you need to work on it or whatever, right? So what happened was the pandemic came along and I was doing shipped, where I also was doing shipped because it was a lot of walking around, a lot of lifting and all of that kind of stuff like that. So I started doing that and I enjoyed doing it. Enjoyed doing that. So it gave me a lot of exercise. So doing that alone, I lost 50 pounds. So then I went from that to my husband saying, I don't want you out there around all of those people or whatever. He a lot older than I am. So, just don't want me bringing nothing home. So it's like, okay, then. And after I thought about that for a little bit, then I, submitted to it. And then I'm just looking around and past the garden. I was like, I need something else to do. So, My husband was actively on the phone and talking to some of our neighbors that own tractors and stuff out here, and he was like, well, see, God did it then. He allowed that. So then you go ahead and get where you need to get at, especially if it's something that's very necessary, and everything. Yeah, you that already being answered. They drop it right on off or whatever. So, but that's not to say that I'm happy you get sick or whatever. But two things is happening, and as long as you get well after being sick and you get to the point where you was trying to get to, all is well. But I just started looking around and I was like, I need more than just the garden because I just had the front part of the garden at that time. And we done expanded a lot since then. But I was like, I need something more. And my husband's actively on the phone, talking to people, talking to neighbors, and all of that stuff, trying to work out something to move the dirt piles or whatever. Or we was gonna get our own tractor. Well, while he was going to talk to those people or whatever, one person that was saying that they was gonna do it was taking a long time to get back to him, and I just told him, I say, don't worry about getting those people to move it. I said, I'll move it. My husband looked at me and paused for a minute. He said, what? I said, I'll move the dirt. I said, we can put it on, put the trailer next to it or whatever and load the trailer up or whatever. We came up with a plan. So that's what I would spend my day doing, like almost 12 hours every day. I would get a scoop of dirt, throw it on the trailer, get a scoop of dirt, throw it on the trailer. And I put my headphones on. My son had bought me some beats for my birthday. That child, I don't wore them things out so good. Now I got tape wrapped around them, using them and contemplating buying me another pair because I like them so much. But then I went to look and see who manufactures beats, and I'm just saying, after finding out who manufactures beats, I told my husband to hit Timu up for me and see what kind of deal we could get from there. Cause I don't mess with Timu them, but he do. But anywho, um, but yeah, that's how I lost the 120 pounds by shoveling dirt, rocking out to a beat, get me a rhythm, and just kept going and kept going. And I came out here and consistently did it every single day until all of those loads of dirt was gone, except for this one that's sitting there now. And so far, I've done pretty good with thank you very kindly, Terrence. You know what I know what you doing. I already know it, but thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. You found something that works for you and you enjoy. Absolutely. And that growing with Hudson, that was the story that I was trying to get to. Was I don't think it's all about going to a gym and or walking around the world and all of that. Listen, it's a Terrence kind of thing came in here right on time. Terrence dancing his way to losing his weight, and he doing such a good job with doing it. So I'm like, you have to find what it is that move you to get it done and know that you're gonna like stick to it. So what I did was I made a commitment to my husband when I said, because he out here, he calling people. I made a commitment and I say, hey, stop calling those people. Don't even worry about getting renting no tractor or no none of that stuff right there. I'll do it. And because I opened up my mouth and said it, I felt like I gotta keep my word for what I said. So that's exactly what I did. I kept my word and I moved those piles of sand. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna show you. Those loads of dirt was all along this area right here. All along that area. And you see, there are none. And oh too, where y'all see the chicken, where y'all see the chicken pen is. Let me turn around. Hey y'all. Where you see the chicken pen, was that there was a dirt pile there first. There was a dirt pile there first. So we started the chicken pen in the front yard. Me and my daughters built the chicken pen together, which is something else that I'm proud about. If y'all ever seen my intro when I do lives like at nighttime or whatever, and I'm gonna get back to that because I got some other stories, but I'm scared to open up my journal. So I'm scared to open up my journal because not only one thing out at you at one time, so I have to take my time and venture into, I guess you call that Pandora's box or whatever. When you open those pages of it, it's like everything be like, woo, trying to jump on you at one time. And I'll be like, oh, hell no, I got to back up out of here. That's how it be in the journal sometimes. But um, yeah. But in my intro, you can see, there's a couple of pictures in there of when me and my daughters first started building that chicken pen, and we put it on wheels at first because it was a mobile chicken pen. We could hook it to our tractor, pull it in different spots so the chickens have fresh grass every day. Um, they have fresh grass everywhere you move them, in the point. So after I moved the first load of dirt, we put the chicken pen on top of that area. Then there was another load of dirt right next to that. I built another chicken pen next to that chicken pen, and so forth and so on. That's what we kept on doing until now we're on, we actually just finished doing another chicken pen, and they're not big because we don't want a whole bunch of them, in one thing at a time. But we got three that's in like a small cage right now, a different breed that my husband done created. So we just made another little small chicken pen for the three of them, to have more room to move around or whatever. And plus, we got the incubator going. The only thing we got to do is add the door to this last chicken pen. Again, I told y'all I'll be doing 1,000 things at one time. I got a lot of projects going on. As a matter of fact, I'm painting. We're doing floors. We pulling up floors in the house. All kinds of stuff we got going on. And yet and still, I still keep doing, adding different stuff to the outdoors. But hey, I don't feel overwhelmed or any of that stuff. I'm just keep finding things to keep me moving and doing things because I don't go to a 9 to 5 and clock in or anything. So I need to stay busy. I've never been a person that just sit around and not do it. Even in my 20s, I was working 3 jobs at one time. And but then too, I look back at that and I think, if I'm a mom and I'm working 3 jobs, how in the world did I have time for my kids? So, I'm glad that didn't last a long time, but that's what I did. Hey, pretty brown, how you doing today? Um, yeah, Grandma Hudson, I'm not going to overwhelm myself with whatever. Um, and I like bouncing around the different things. My husband always say, "Girl, you got a whole bunch of different projects going on at one time. I start one thing, but if ain't nobody making me do it, I don't got no boss standing over me telling me I got to do anything. I can start something and don't finish because I know eventually I'll go back and finish it. Hell, we've been working on this last chicken pen. We've been working on that last chicken pen probably like 6 months, and it ain't even that extravagant. And ain't no whole bunch to do, but it's what we've been doing. So I've been a person that I went from working three jobs at one time. I can remember going in the bathrooms from one job to the next one and having my coat made like a pillow, and I would literally sit on one of the stalls in the bathroom backwards and rest my head on the thing. You just think about how gross that is or whatever, but And I don't even understand why I was working myself like that, but I was doing it. I don't even understand. And I think it was something about Christmas or something that started me there. And I ended up liking all of the jobs. And I didn't let one of them go until I think I got fired from one of them. Because, yeah, I told about that story too, about how I lost that job. But anyways, the same company ended up hiring me back for a management position. So your girl was still good even though she got fired. I think my manager was just having a bad day on that day. But anyway, I've been fired before. As a matter of fact, twice. But yeah, I'm a person that I need something to do all day. I can go in the house from out here, and I leave from out here in the garden only to go to the next place. And look at y'all, I ain't even turned the water sprinkler on yet, and I done started talking to y'all. But I've went from I would come from out here and say, "Oh God, I'm tired," and go inside the house. I'll go through the door. And as soon as I go through the door, oh, let me go ahead and start a load of laundry. A load of laundry while I'm here. It is the same way when I walk out of the house, I'm finding stuff to do on the way out of the house. So it's like I leave from out here. My job is not done when I leave from out here in this garden. As soon as I go in the house, it's like bam, bam, bam. It's like start a load of laundry. Figure out what it is. Well, I done figured out what I'm gonna cook for them. Wash the dishes that they done messed up. Cook dinner. Start dinner. Um, Answer the kids' questions. Fold up some clothes. It's always something to do, and on a daily, I'm adding more and more stuff to that on a daily. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not overwhelming myself. It's just I'm starting stuff that I need, that I feel like I need to get done, and I know once I start it, I'll eventually finish it, even if it take me, even if it take me 6 months to do it. I'll eventually get it done. That is absolutely beautiful. How incredibly strong you are. I try to be tense. What I call strong is I thought because I carried so much on the inside of me, I thought that made me strong. Not telling all of the things that happened to me that God knows by now I done got had children and everything. I know that those things should not be happening. I wouldn't allow it to happen to my kid or whatever. But coming from places of where I came from, somewhere you get inside of your mind that you're supposed to carry that. If you only know turmoil, that's usually how you will carry yourself until something else comes along that tell you, no, you don't have to live life like that. There's more to life than um, going through turmoil all the time. So as I started to get into that, I found out it ain't me carrying those things that make me strong. What made me stronger is when I came on here and let them go. See, people tell me to write a book. Doesn't mean that I should not write a book. I've actually tried it on my own before, but it's like I start writing it, and I done start writing the book more than 6 times. I got the copies of it too, of where I'm writing, where I'm typing it out or whatever. And for some reason, I never get there. But then after I stopped trying to write the book, I started trying to I started doing journaling. So I started journaling everything down. So in some way, I still got everything like recorded. I was writing the book first, then I started journaling. I got all of my journals still, and now I'm doing YouTube telling about different things that happened to me on YouTube. And for those of you all who don't know, I don't just do gardening. My night lives and my stories are what and my shorts. My shorts is what I'm more known for than anything else. But um my night stories are all true stories and all situations that happened before. But And I talk about all of those situations. And I think because I have started talking about those things make me that much stronger, because now I don't care about people knowing that I went through those things, which means I felt like because I had went through those things made me weird, as if I had done them to myself or something. You know, no, I've been through a lot of stuff. And I came into this year claiming that this year is going to be my year. I don't care what happened. Well, y'all even know my year came in effed up. That's what I'm gonna say, because I'm trying to refrain from doing the cussing and everything. Not that I won't say no cuss word every now and then, but when I can catch myself and not do it, I understand. And why I say I'm working on that, because I know that there's other words that I can say, but I also too sometimes I feel like saying a cuss word every now and then is necessary. Because sometimes when you talk to people in those ways, they understand more. They understand that, oh, she not trying to beat me down, oh, she got flaws, or oh, she'll say a cuss word every now and then, or it can break the ice in certain situations. Me myself, as long as my conscience does not bother me, when I do certain things, then you do your thing the way you do them and I do mine the way that I do them. But that's something that I'm working on. But for me to be walking around and thinking that the things that I went through now raising my kids, I can't take none of it. And when you go through some of those things too, it leads you to certain things in your adult life. And I went through all of those things too. Still don't make me a loser. And I can talk about all of those things. But I tread lightly on them too, because I have a husband, and I don't, he may watch every now and then. He already know I got a big mouth, and I talk about I talk about everything under the sun or whatever. But and I've talked to him and said, how do you feel about me talking to other people about, some of the things that happen with us or whatever? And he said to me, if you can tell about it and it helps somebody, go for it. If it can help somebody get through their situation, go for it. So the things that I'm be talking about, the things I come on here and talk to y'all about, I can find somebody at the Publix supermarket and talk to them the same way. The same way that I'm on here. It's just like, this is like the freest I've ever been. And I figured the reason that I wasn't free before was because I always considered how everybody else feel. What would everybody else think about if I did it this way? And yes, those thoughts do enter my mind every now and then still now. And the way that I fight them is I go right against the grain. I don't want no fear of what nobody gonna say or what nobody gonna do or no nothing. Yes, I ask for opinions on about what I'm gonna say, because especially if somebody done been in those arenas and stuff before, I'm going to ask about it, because I'm not quite sure how to move or what that's gonna create when I go into that space or whatever. But anyways, life is about growing. So whatever situation I'm in, I always grow from it. But am I embarrassed about the things I've been through in my life? Nope. There's thoughts in my mind that try to keep me in that place where I do feel like I'd be embarrassed about it, but it go away quickly. And those nights when y'all see me, I'll come on here and I'll cry, the ugly cry that I like to call it. The tears are about the I'm frustrated with myself for allowing myself to be in that place, going through the thought process for as long as I did without freeing myself. I feel like that thing is trying to put a fear in me to stop me from speaking. Um, and I really appreciate my subscribers and stuff, because I can see them in the comments when I come on and do those kinds of things, that there's a lot more other people going through the things that I need, and they feel like they getting healing through my tears of me coming on here to be strong. But I got into this conversation because Terry said that that I'm such a strong person. But I'm telling you, you think you're strong holding on to those things that happen to you. baby, you will find out. You feel like they say an ant can pick up something 10 times its body weight. When you start to release those things, whether you feel right, wrong, or indifferent about them, the conversations you begin to have with people will begin to let you know, yeah, that wasn't right. But do you have to stay in that place? No, a good person you can conversate with is a person that you can tell those things to, and they can tell you, yeah, yeah. But they don't turn you into a victim, because you're not a victim, especially if you still above the dirt. You are not a victim. You are the victor. And you will find out that the people who done those things to you, they're actually the victim, because here you are starting to grow free. And the more freer you are, the people who done those things to you start to go inside their turtle shell. So you think you're strong because you're holding on to all of those bad things. Nope, you will find out. The more you start to release those things and free your own self, baby, you will understand, you will be the ant then. You will be able to lift 10 times more than you want to. Yeah, people want me to be embarrassed about the things that been going through here at my house. I ain't embarrassed about none of that stuff. I'm actually tired of it, and I feel like if I go on and put it out in the open, they'll know that I'm not playing, and so I don't have to keep going through this same thing no more. Now I'm gonna tell the world about it. I'm gonna tell the world about it, because I said I'm going to come on YouTube, talk to my family over and over again about what I'm going to do. Okay, I've already told you. Now I gotta be about whatever. Even though going through that process, there was a time I got on here recorded saying I've been missing on here for almost 2 weeks. Why am I missing on here for 2 weeks? Because now I'm in another situation here with my family, and I don't want to come on YouTube and talk about it. But I'm in the middle of the situation, and I'm still going back on what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that everything I come on here, I'm gonna put everything that I'm going through with my family. But I feel like at those times, if I come on here, that's all I have going in my mind at the time. And I'm going to figure out a way that I'm going to talk about it, so that all of us can get a lesson out of it. Sometimes when you talking to other people about the things that you're going through, you can get clarity in that way. So, girl, your kids used to wear 10 chains. Girl, you need to stop. 5 bracelets. Good morning. All right, pretty brown. I'm behind in the chat trying to read everybody. A moving body is a living body. Absolutely. When you smile, Terrence, I do the same thing. When I see you up, that's why and that's why I say sometimes I be on here. You don't even know. We don't know each other. We ain't never met each other before, but you don't even know that your smile is contagious. It is. I mean, sometimes I don't even came on here and been mad at you before. You ever been mad at somebody and you don't feel like smiling? But then you run into somebody who say a joke or something like that, or the way they laugh or something, it just make you laugh or whatever. I done came on here before, and I think it was that day. I think he was doing Rick James, and then I told you, I said I got the other verse, and he was like, I'm waiting on you. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a part of your video, and then I'm gonna do the other half of it. One of these days, I'm gonna do it whenever I be thinking about it. But I was mad one day, and I wanted to stay mad. But then I came on here and watched one of your videos or something. I don't know which one it was, but I think it was the Rick James one, because I think I said that I never liked it. Tina Marie part in that song. it just I don't know. She probably can. I've heard other songs that she sang or whatever, but that song right there, I just listen to it and I'll be like, oh my God. I used to plug my ears when it get to that part. But okay, we gonna but that one day when I came through and seen that right there, I started laughing. I say he make me sick. I say he got me smiling and stuff, and I wasn't even trying to be laughing right now. That's life progress. The sad truth is some people just cycle to the next generation. Absolutely. That's what I don't want to happen, that live in the projects. It's a must. Ooh, growing with hustling. That's a whole conversation in itself. And then when you want them to move from the projects or whatever, because that's why I grew up in the projects. I ain't ashamed to say it. I grew up in the projects. But what you say, you can be in the world but not of the world. We was in the projects, but we was not of the projects, is what my grandma's mindset was. So I just happened to get out and I look back at my family and I'm like, I know if I got out of there, I definitely know you all can. And I know you ain't never, if you ain't never experienced peace, you don't know what it's like. It makes some people seem to be like you better than them or whatever. No, I never want to act like I'm better than anybody in my family. But what I do know is you deserve better than what where you at right now. And so yeah, do I be wanting them to come and experience different things in different ways? I be trying to open up my family mind to get out of Gifford. Get out. Like and I also feel like too that in Gifford and how we get into this point is that eventually all of that, and it ain't no thing for those who understand, but those who don't, then okay, get out of it what you get out of. In Gifford, I see Gifford was like a black community, full black community, but I see a shift changing, and I see some stuff getting ready to be taken over in Gifford. I can see it because I saw it before. These folks finna run y'all black folks out of Gifford. I see it over here going on Paramore and South Street over here in Orlando. I can see the regentrification is what I think they call it. But they finna run y'all out of there. So it's either you're gonna choose to move from there, and or they finna run you from out of there. So it's like I can see this stuff happening or whatever. And yeah, back to this right here. Those who understand. Um Yes, but I don't ever, again, I'm talking I see when growing with Hudson say that Victor. um I love touching on that. I love a person that can hear what you're saying, let you cry, but also at the end they give you that thing of, okay, yeah, all of those things happen to you, but then let me give you the other side of it, because what a lot of us don't know is that the things that we go through, and the reason we made it through it, because there is somebody that's going through some of the same things that we going through. But the only thing is they ain't strong enough to make it to where you are yet, and you have to speak life into that person that's on the edge. You have to use your testimony to speak into them so that they can make it through. And you know what that starts to create? That start to create more people to go, more soldiers and stuff to go out and spread the word about what you know about this specific situation. But all of us done been through different things in our life, and which means there's a setup for us to do certain jobs, us to have certain purposes in life. And if we keep getting into somebody else's purpose over there in life, you gonna miss what your purpose is in life, judging how a person do it over here or do it over there. When I just don't agree with something or whatever, I don't try to have no, I can have a discussion with somebody, but I'm not there trying to change nobody's mind. I can only give you what it is that I know and move along from it, and we have a conversation. Do I want to be arguing and fussing and fighting with somebody about the way they believe things? Absolutely not, because I believe we all got free will to think whatever it is that we think. And sometimes I can tell you, I can think one way and have a conversation with somebody, and it totally makes sense. And I got a funny story is that, like, just like, let's say our bladders. Me and my husband having a conversation one day, and anybody who knows that you've had several children, you don't have to have a whole lot of them, but I've raised 14 children. Almost half of them I gave birth to. Well, actually, more than half of them I gave birth to, but 14 children. Okay. So when you have kids, um, a woman's bladder does not work the same way it used to work. It's not as strong as, what, and that's just life. Laugh if you want to, it is what it is, right? So me and my husband having this conversation is about, you can't hold it. No, none of that like that right there. And I was like, no, it's like you need to get there immediately. Like when we talking about waking up in the morning time, it's like you lay there until you make sure the coast is clear, everybody out of your way, or the house is dark or whatever. You got free reign, whatever. So when you get up, you need to beeline it straight there.
So we were talking about that, and then I just messed around and blurted out because literally this is something that I thought. I'm thinking a man has that little tiny hole there. I feel like if he got to use the bathroom, he should be able to squeeze it real tight and then nothing don't come out of there. So that's what I be talking about. A woman thinks she can understand a man, and a man think he can understand based off of his own feelings and based off of her own feelings that we know how each other bodies work. No. My husband fell out laughing when I said that. And I said it to somebody else too. They bust out laughing and it ended the conversation too. But it's like, when you think you got that little thing there, you just take it and squeeze it real hard and you can hold your urine. But anyway, let me get along this line. But yes, you have the victory. You are not a victim. If you still made it past, victims are like little children or whatever. And yes, at a certain point in our process, we can be a victim of something. We don't have to stay with the victim mentality. Period. Cassie, you. Hey girl. Share with Shay. Hey. Ryan Postom, how you doing? Don't let me mess up nobody names in here, but y'all, I'm so sorry I'm behind in the chat. Bunny Johnson, yes, God is on the scene. God is good. Absolutely he is, Bunny Johnson. Absolutely. There's a purpose for everything that we all go through. And just when I say there's a purpose, you got some people, they purpose here is to only be evil. And you got some people's purpose here to only to speak to people, you know, everybody. I don't want to get into all of those different things, but we all gotta you know, we all got a purpose in life, and all of us ain't gonna understand everybody's purpose. Just don't let nobody knock you off of what you know your purpose is. And if y'all don't mind, those are ones that come in here and you like what you hear or whatever, please don't hesitate to hit the like button for me. Thank you very kindly. And those of you who don't like it, hit the dislike button. Hit one of those buttons. Till up a little soil for us over here. Speak life into those who are on the edge. Absolutely. And I know just about all of us that have a heart. You done ran into somebody who on that edge before, who shedding tears or whatever, and you got the perfect story, the perfect storm that happened to you to be able to tell that person. And the person probably look at you and think you the strongest person. I have a lot of people that's around me that think I'm like the strongest person in the world. I'll sit there and listen to their stuff and they'll have no clue of all the hell that's going on here in my place because I don't say anything. I don't say anything. And sometimes it ain't for you to tell everybody. You're there that because God said he don't put no more on you than you can bear. So, um don't let nobody take you off of your square of what your purpose is. Don't let nobody second guess you because whatever that is a relationship between you and the man you call your God. Um, Let it stay there. Let it stay there. Somebody can knock you off your game thinking you're so wrong about the things you did, but you gotta watch what your purpose is. Everybody has a purpose, and I said even some of them are there for evil. We got that's gonna be a fight till the end of time. Evil, but stay on your purpose. Stay on your purpose. You see how we came and had this conversation together. That I still call that's growth. That's a part of the garden that we chilling in every day. That's growth. Stay on your purpose. Water your purpose. Water your purpose. Don't worry about what them other people saying, cause sometimes they say there's only one purpose for the devil. He here to kill, steal, and destroy everything. So if he can get you to believe that your purpose don't mean nothing or you ain't doing nothing, you'll be back to square one again. And just know sometimes you speak to those people about some of those things you're doing. You probably ain't supposed to be speaking to them about it. Just maybe. I don't know. But stay on your purpose. That's what I'll say today. Stay on your purpose. We out here growing in the garden, y'all. Stay on your purpose. Oh, this live is live. And thank you, Share with Shay. I call myself what I'll be saying, I'll be just blabbing on and on. But I also find too that in those moments where I do what I call the blabbermouth, because that's what I feel like I be doing. I be telling 1,000 stories, and I'll bounce from one story to the next story to the next story, and none of them don't never really like connect to each other. But that's just the way that I'm set up. I'll tell 500 stories, and but guess what? When I tell all of those thousands of mixed up stories and everything, that's when people will say, "Okay, girl, I'm finished talking to you. I done got everything that I need out of what you just said." And I'll be like, "Well, what did I say?" Because I can't even keep up with the stories sometimes, and I don't know if anybody else is like that, but that's just how like I work. I can literally get on the somebody can call me, I'll get on the phone, they say one thing, and then I'll start talking to them, and I'll just start blabbering on about something that I have no clue about what I'm talking about, but really telling I'm telling like a true story or something that happened to me, and the person will be like, "Girl, you just told me everything that I needed you to tell me." And I was like, "No, but I'm telling you my story." A lot of times I'm on here and people can feel like I'm talking to them. I'm not talking to you or about you. I'm telling you about my story. I'm telling you about my story, which lets you know you're not alone. You're not out there alone and on a limb by yourself. I've been there too. Hey, I'm glad you're back, Miss Coffee. But that's why I be saying I be blabbing on and on and on and on, and I don't be having no clue what I'm talking about. But I'm going down the line of whatever is in my mind to talk about. And do I bounce around? I sure do. I told you. One of the first videos I made here on YouTube was, "Hey, my name is Tashanna, and this is Life with Tashanna over here." And I be all over the place. That was one of my first videos. It's because I do. I be all over the place. The same way that I tell y'all, that's all right, Miss Coffee. We got holes in the garden too. I'm talking about the tools, you know, not that was to be funny, but we got garden holes over here, so that's okay. I understood what you were saying. How? But now see, I don't forgot what I was saying just then. Anywho, but yeah, I just be running my mouth the same way I be telling y'all. I be starting all these different projects. I start conversations like that and go all over the place, and then I just wait and pause and wait to see what the person gonna say. And then they'll be like, the part that hit them, they'll go back to that part. But I'll be like, "Oh yeah, when I was saying that part, well, this how I came up with this, why I said X, Y, and Z." I can remember why I said it, but sometimes I'll be talking about one thing and bounce over to another thing and be done forgot I was talking about that other thing. So, but it all come together. I literally be all over the place in my conversations and in at home, in the garden, in the house, all that stuff. I be all over the place. I'm watering me. And look what my cup say. Get y'all some of that today. Get y'all some of that right there. Self. Cause I'm pretty sure you already poured it out. You already poured it out on somebody else. You already been pouring it out on somebody else. But pour yourself a cup of it today. Yourself. Let me go over here and get out the cool shade trying to all right, squirrel. Lord have mercy, he done scared me this thing. But I'm gonna grab this the one last relaxation mode is starting the the water sprinkler. So I'm gonna start my water sprinkler. Y'all know how I love the sound of the water sprinkler. Um, and then when I start this water sprinkler, I'm gonna sit back down to the table and probably run my mouth a little bit more. But we done been on here for an hour and 30 minutes. Child, it's like talking on the phone right here. Be done lost track of time, and before you know it, you look at the screen, you done been on the phone for 4 hours. I'll be like, "Ooh, child, let me get off of here." And a lot of the time when I get to talking on the phone, I'll be stationary. I can't talk on the phone and um move around at the same time. They don't be working for me. Not no not the phone and talking at the same time. Now I can wash dishes because I don't got no dishwasher. We wash dishes by hand. Um, I can wash dishes and talk on the phone too, but people be saying I make too much noise. So anybody else growing anything right now? Y'all done started something in your garden? What you got growing? I ain't planting nothing else, but today I need to plant. My sister wants some collard greens, and instead of her buying a pack of them, I just told her I'd plant her some since she be coming to visit a lot. So I'll start her some plants. So when she come to visit the next time, she can just pick up her plants. They already have started growing and everything, and she can just up pot them when she get back. Okay, I'm going to set the timer. Okay, we got our sprinkle. Oh shoot! I ain't mean to get sprinkled by the sprinkler. Okay, let me get my little prepare myself. I be trying to figure out to be all these lizards running around here, and then it still be all these bugs and stuff that I don't like. Like why? Why we still got bugs and all y'all lizards hanging around here? Why is that? Okay, y'all, we fully out here in the garden. You can say, here in the garden. Temptation is so right. Passion can make you fall for what you feel. And the God, you can make it come alive every single night. Oh, here in the garden. Ooh. If you think I'm gonna be good to you, if you think I got what you need, sure you're right. Yeah, in the garden. What you doing today, Miss Coffee? I done came out here with all kinds of tools and stuff in my apron. I showed y'all my apron that I made. That I told y'all I had a regular apron in the house, and it was already black. And I was like, I need me an apron for. I need me a apron out in the garden. And so chores. That sounds like a Saturday bot, right? I kind of want to go shopping, but I then again I don't really want to go. But okay, I'm back. Yeah, chores. Let's see today. Um, I'll probably after I get off live today. Um, cause we pulling up tiles. We starting to pull up tiles. Um, in our house. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I ain't gonna even start to try and say what I'm gonna do because when I walk through the door, that's when I know I could walk in the house and my husband be like, "Can you go to the store and get X, Y, and Z?" Or he could come out here and start doing a project or something, and then I'd be like, "You want me to help you?" So I don't be knowing. I don't be having none of my plans. Don't be going through as far as I walk into my plans. I walk into my hey Shauna. Yeah, I be trying to do a little something. So I told y'all I love I be over in I love Star Maker. I be over on Star Maker quite a bit. Not as much lately. Cause like I be trying to balance my time, and do things. But when I go over there, it's like that's what I learned to do. Take my stressors out in a song. I didn't know you can release in that way. But I can take all the energy that I can feel, pick me a song, and it got all the perfect words of what I'm feeling or whatever in it, and go over there and pour it all into the. Hey, Angela, I ain't see you come in. How you doing today? Um, in the garden. Ooh. Yes, here in the garden. I just thought of I thought of that. You'll hear me every now and then. I be saying something. Sometimes my words just remind me of different songs. Hey, what do y'all think of um Tony Robinson? Oh, we don't even care. How do you know somebody a homosexual riding on a motorcycle? That's I say we ask questions over here, but like that's dumb. Like why do we care? Why do we care? Hey y'all. Because they always be poking their butt out. So fruity like. Okay then go tell them. Tell them about it. We don't want to talk about it over here. And you can tell from a mile away. It annoys me. All right then, Tony. You can talk about everything else. Move around. Can we discuss this more, please? No, we can't. Goodbye, Tony. All right then. No. Anywho, I I say over here that we can have conversations about anything, but come on, people. Why would I care, and why does anybody else care? Whether it's a homosexual, a heterosexual, um, a purple sexual, whatever the hell you want to call them. Why? I don't care nothing about nobody riding no motorcycle. My husband is a whole heterosexual man, and I don't want him to ride no motorcycle. I don't care about the motorcycle. Period. And I ain't into that. I don't go and scream to nobody who I am and what I am because it ain't none of their business in the first place. So what does it matter? Okay, moving along because I already had said I ain't. I think people be trying to be funny with some stuff or whatever, but come on, it's corny. And I do. We talk about some of everything over here, but I think people be saying certain things just to like make certain things happen. So, try please. Anyways, though, but sometimes I'll be singing a song or something, and I'll be talking about something, and it'll remind me of a song. But I love going over on. I love to go to Star Maker. Um, and now that I'm even talking about that, I may get off of here and go over there and sing a couple of songs. Come from a singing family. I told y'all my mama um and ever so always was in the choir. Uh, we just come from a musical family. I even told my brother them. My brother even cut an album. I got a brother that he creates beats. He's a producer. All of that kind of stuff. So it's in us. I just don't do it all of the time. But I love to sing. I love to sing. But yeah, let me give y'all some of this sprinkler action. Y'all like the sound of the sprinkler? I love to hear the sprinkler go. Uh-oh, looking and it came right in on that self-love. That self-love club. Y'all in the self-love club? That's a great club to be in. To give yourself some love. I know one thing though. I know one thing. All right, Corinne, you in that club then. All right. Self-love club. Um, I know if I sat here long enough and it was silence out here, just the wind blowing and these animals making the noise that they make, I can guarantee y'all the next thing y'all will hear is Shauna be sounding like Oreo and them out there. And if y'all don't know who Oreo is, that's my hogs. One of my hogs. That's what I'll be calling if I was able to fall asleep out here. And y'all see my handy boots that I don't hardly ever put on. You talking about sweat? Oh my God. These things is hot as I don't know what. I think I need to get a lower so I got a daughter that I got a daughter that like boots and stuff like that. And I probably end up but let me look around and stuff. I like them and they was on sale. Cause some of these boots be like 40 something bucks and higher and stuff, but oh well. And I never thought they cost that much because they look like the work boots, like your husband be wearing to go to work and stuff like that. I'll be like, ew. But anywho, yeah, I like hearing the sprinklers too. Like I say it for this summer right now, like the wind is blowing, it's real nice out. But it's like when you get into the sun, it's like rain down on me. Really, you gonna try and walk through there? Hold on a minute. Go ahead. You about to be in the camera shot.
Oh.
Yeah, you about to interrupt my sprinkler. Um, but I said I would put me a lawn chair right in the center of one of these aisles in the I was finna say the aisle of the grocery store. This ain't the aisle of the grocery store. It's the aisle of the It's like the grocery store though, ain't it? But I could put me a chair right in the middle of one of these little aisles and let the sprinkler fall on me, and I can have me a good summer right there. Last night I was out here trying to water, and my grandbaby was blocking all the water. He want to play with the water while I'm trying to water the plants. So get my water in the end of the day. Aisles in the garden. That's right. Yeah, sure. It's like your own grocery store. Yeah, absolutely can be. I love being able to say to my kids. I was like the other night I made tacos. Night before last night I made tacos. And I had cut up everything and then started putting the tacos together. And I was like, oh, I forgot to get lettuce. And then I thought to myself, I was like, oh, the lettuce is out in the garden. I ain't brought lettuce from the grocery store in forever now. But anyways, I was like telling my daughter, I was like, well, can you go out to the garden and get some can you go to the garden and get some lettuce right quick? She just gotta walk out the back door and the lettuce is like right really close to the house. So it feels good to just say, Miss Coffee, a lot of the coffee that you see in my thing, okay, when you see in my garden bed, you see the purple, that purple lettuce, that's a certain kind of romaine, lettuce. You can still do the romaine inside, like I told you to, in the windowsill. Um, but I got a couple of romaine up there. And what I do is I never take off like the whole top of the romaine. I just go off and snap the leaves off of. That's what I do with most of my now those ones that y'all always say that's a pretty head of lettuce right there. Now I cut those off, but I meant to show y'all too what it looked like after I cut the head off of, because it starts back forming another head on that little thing when you chop it off. So but yeah, you seen I did some spinach or whatever, but I kind of like forgot about those beds. When stuff don't work out the way that I wanted to work out, it's just like I almost like let it die out or whatever. The only reason that I'm keeping that stuff going there is because I like the way my lettuce look up there. And I'm not talking about the vegetable itself. I'm talking about the garden bed. I changed. Y'all know I done rebuilt that garden bed 2 times over. So when it keep bulging out the way that I don't want it to bulge out, like the sand falling down in the sides, and I can't reach across the whole thing, cause the same way I keep these out here looking, I like to keep that kind of up there. This is a little bit more to handle, but you understand what I'm saying. So it's kind of like the things I care about, I really take care of them. The things that I don't really care about, I do them I do the minimal to keep it to keep it growing or whatever. So, but last year I had spinach growing. Ooh, I had spinach growing like no tomorrow. It was coming out here, and every day I would collect a bag of spinach, and I just go and cook it down with my husband. But too, I like spinach. I rather use spinach than I do lettuce for whatever I'm doing. If I make a salad, I'd rather make my salad out of spinach instead of lettuce. If I'm making a sandwich, no matter what kind of sandwich it is, because lettuce don't have a nutritional value to it. Not no iceberg lettuce. I mean, it's just water. But if you can use spinach, and especially you're not like a person that want to eat spinach like that, if you can psych yourself out into viewing it as a lettuce, that's another way to get, your greens on the inside of you, um, by doing that. So I like to use spinach for a lot of different things. I had a whole bunch of it last year. I'm excited. I'm gonna send you a pic. All right, the eggshell water and banana water is great, but I toss the mango water. Okay, now see, I done heard of the banana water because that I know that has the potassium, and the eggshell water too is calcium, and you can put that around all of your plants and everything. They love that. But like y'all see this milk that's in right here. I take that milk, it's sour, no good. I'll shake it up and put it in my little handheld water. And then sometimes the tomatoes, I'll give them a bath with that sour milk because the leaves in the plant can absorb the calcium from the milk. So and I in my lettuce bed, I added some coffee grinds up there and everything. But I don't do that on the regular. I need to find out how to use my compost bin. But that's another work in its own self because you're supposed to have a balance of different things that you have. Now me, I just be going over there dumping anything. And I use almond milk though. I wonder. I use both. I use both. I ain't never used the almond milk in there because almond milk don't go bad. Almond milk don't go bad like this kind of milk do right here, which is why you see us. It's a what, a half a gallon, and still it went bad. Um, my children are selective. They drink certain milks on certain days, like whole milk. They won't drink whole milk, but that was what they was raised on was whole milk. But my kids now, they like through the week when they gotta go to school, if they eating cereal, honey, you ain't finna pay them to drink no whole milk. Cause they say they don't like using the bathroom at school. So throughout the week they drink almond milk, and it lasts forever and a day. Um, my husband, there you go, Miss Coffee. My husband say I don't play that shit. Hey, he ain't finna do none of that. If it ain't whole milk, he don't want nothing to do. He don't want nothing to do with it. So my husband still drink whole milk, and he even say still the whole milk today ain't like it was back then. So they adding some extra stuff. But yeah, he only drank and then too almond milk. I be like, hell, this ain't gonna never go bad right here. We gonna have this forever. You can keep almond milk almost 2 months before it go bad or whatever. But yeah, but two certain things I make with almond milk, I don't like the way it tastes. I made my like I don't like the way it make the corn. I don't like the way it make cornbread taste or whatever. Um, yeah, I've never been a person that drink. I don't drink milk. Period. I'll eat milk, and if I get a taste for some cereal, and most of the time I get a taste of cereal, it'd be something like some frosted flakes, old school, or some apple jacks. Them the only two cereals I'll be rocking with, like that right there. If I want to eat it, and I ain't finna. I only want the milk only in there as long as I got some cereal in there. Other than that, I ain't finna drink no milk. I ain't finna sip on no milk. No, none of that. I don't like milk like that. I only use it to cook with. Um, I want to see what this making butter is about. Can't be wasting heavy creamer. That's so high, right? And two, because even with that, Miss Coffee, what I thought of is that's a different way of making sure you have butter if you can't get butter from the store. But okay, a whole lot of stuff in the change now because after all that flu stuff and everything that they got going on, so a whole lot of stuff finna switch up, right? So I thought about it. If you think about a bottle of heavy whipping cream, not a bottle, but cause it come in like the half-gallon carton thing, right? Um, it's compared to the price of butter and comparable to the price of that heavy whipping cream, because heavy whipping cream and what is about yeah, heavy whipping cream, what, $6 or something? It's like I don't know if I want to be taking the heavy whipping cream and beat the death out of it until it squeeze all of the liquid and everything get gone, and then is it even gonna make you? And it won't even make 2 boxes of butter. I can see if you can buy the heavy whipping cream and you can blend it and make it until, if it made 2 boxes, if it made 2 pounds of butter, we might got a deal then. But if it only make a box and a half, you better with just keep on buying your see, that's the way that I be thinking. I be doing the math in my mind and be like, do it make sense to do it this way or that way? So but yeah, the heavy whipping cream. Now I use heavy whipping cream because that's what I make my biscuits with too. I also use the cream for biscuits. That's why I do that too. I do the two ingredient biscuits all the time. I think we talked about that before. Heavy whipping cream and self rising flour. That, you know it, Miss Coffee. That's what I do too for my kids. That's what we have. As a matter of fact, I actually was thinking about making some tonight, but what would I make with it? But you know, that's what I do too. I used to get them biscuits in the can and stuff like that. And once I got that two ingredient thing, them the only biscuits that I make now. 2 ingredients, and you can make as many or as little as you need. You can do all kinds of things with them. We done tried some of everything with them biscuits or whatever. I might turn it into like a little pastry or something one of these days. Well, no, we got to work with it. But yeah. So y'all, we getting some more action out here in the garden. See, I just said that I don't know what I'm gonna do when I go into the house, but the house coming out here to the garden. And my husband done came out here. So we'll see what the day gonna bring. I just feel like relaxing and chilling. See, cause I can also do that too. You know, my kids at an age of like when they here on the weekends, especially, and they be like with the little one. Oh man, don't worry about the baby. I got her. When I make me something to eat, I made her something too. So I'll be like, ooh, okay. So I can kind of be like, do what I need to do until she come la 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 skipping across this hill. Hey mom. But I got ones that move around themselves, so I'll be like my weekend still. So they coming out here to the garden, out here where we at. And I gave them little simple stuff to do today. Kind of like let them relax too. But they also they paint in their room too. I'm letting them do like the middle part of the wall, and I'm doing the edging of the room. So go ahead and get your room finished painting. They got one wall left to paint today. Go ahead and paint that wall so I can get my edge on and be finished with their room, and then go start with the floors after that. So I don't know. We got a lot going on. But y'all, I'm finna get ready to get off of here. Unless y'all just want to listen to the sprinkle woods for a little bit longer. Have you made fried cornbread cakes? Listen, Shauna, you gotta do you make those before you even run away and do anything? Um yeah, and they still real young. So I got a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old. So that's like right up their alley. Usually I wouldn't let them mess with that stuff because they be making a mess. But since we pulling the carpet up out of their room and redoing the floors in there, go ahead and have y'all paint party because I just don't be wanting them to make no mess. So now they like excited that they getting to do the paint they own self. But the fried cornbread cakes, Back in the days, my grandma used to call them whole cakes. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I used to love them. But guess what? I don't know why in the world I don't have the recipe to that, and it seems like every time like I done tried to make them, they don't never come out the way my grandma did. You know, that's that bread where you take it and you can get a piece of it, and then you scoop your collard greens up with that bread. That's the kind of bread you talking about, ain't it, Shauna? I know it. I know that's what you talking about. That's what my grandma used to call whole cakes. But yeah, you see you. I know that's what you talking about. But I don't know why every time I can make, cause I do a blend of, cause I like homemade cornbread, but my kids like Jiffy cornbread too. So sometimes when I make cornbread, I do Jiffy cornbread and I mix it with homemade buttermilk Martha White's buttermilk cornmeal. So I kind of make it's like semi homemade whenever I make it. But them right there was like I done tried it so many different ways, and for whatever reason I can't come across the recipe like the way my grandma and them used to make it, and then you just like grab it because it's kind of like a pancake, but got the you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they whole cakes. Yeah, that's what my grandma called them back in the days. And I was like, anybody know how to make whole cakes? But I can't come across the recipe where they taste like hers did. I know they used to put that vegetable oil in the pan and then put that mix on there. Then everybody had like a pancake on their plate with their collard greens and everything on the side, and then you just grab your piece and then warm water with the masa mix. That's the way you do it, Shauna. Okay, then I gotta get some. I gotta get some of the masa mix and see how it turned out, and then I'm gonna let you know. When I go back to the store again, I'm gonna get some of them, cause we already got the collard greens up there. Um, and I got a whole pick of what I can make the collard greens with, cause if I can get that right bread mix, that's some that's that that's the mix that you put with the when you make a pot of collard greens and some rice and some neck bones being in with the greens, because sometimes I be making greens all different kinds of ways. It's according to how I'm feeling on the day that I make them. Because a lot of times I use turkey butts. Turkey butts is like, I don't want no extra pork and all of that stuff. We doing the healthy kick today when I get on that. So I'll be choosing from different things. Sometimes I use smoked pigtails, or sometimes I use smoked neck bone. So, but if I can find that masa mix, and that's the green. I think what you talking about, the masa mix, because I done seen it a couple of times. It is green. The bag is white, green, and yellow. I think is what the color is, if I'm not mistaken. But I need if I find that, honey, that sound like a pot with some smoked neck bones in it. And I come out here and pick these collard greens and wash them, and that's what will be for dinner tomorrow. So we gonna be finding that masa mix today, the best. Alrighty then. Tashanna, do you and Shalissa do pay one-on-ones? I can't pay yet, but I'd love to be able to talk with y'all in private about different situations. Savannah, you can definitely email me. Don't give me a whole lot of information, and you can email me at life with Tashanna at gmail.com. Give me just a little bit of it, and I don't have to come on here and say your name about it or whatever. Give me a little bit of it. I don't want a whole bunch of information. And let me just talk to you or talk to everyone. And even if you can email me today about it, and Instagram too. You can go to Instagram. If you called me through Instagram, most likely I would answer if I'm not busy. Now, sometimes my phone will ring off the hook and I'm not answering anything and that's with my family and all. It's just certain times I'm doing things and I don't want to get thrown off of what I'm doing. But yeah, in those ways, you can either email me at lifewithtashana at gmail.com, or either um, message me through Instagram and you can talk to me through that way. But I really like I like organic, like spiritually connected things. So like you tell me just like a little, just a little bit. I mean very little. And then let me talk to you from a situation I done been through it in that way, and then that way I don't have a whole bunch of your information and you don't. Or if I strike up a live and you want to come up or say something, something in that way. It's just I don't like a whole bunch of anybody's information because I want to know, like, if you get it from me, I want to know like it was divine, not just like we on the phone talking about something or whatever, and I can give you what I have from that place, if you understand what I mean. um But if I feel like from that place right there that we do need to have a one-on-one, I don't necessarily charge anybody for that, but not at this time or whatever. But we'll see. If it's meant for us to connect in that way, we will definitely connect, Savannah. Um, um, it is green, yellow, and right. Okay, then, Shauna. Then I know what you're talking about. So now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pick up that masa mix, and then I'm gonna let you know, and then I'm gonna know you, girl, you kinfolk. If that's the right mix that I'm looking for, because it ain't that I haven't tried it. It's just every time I get them, they don't taste nothing like, or they don't have that consistency or the texture. I think is what I'm talking about. They never have the texture of the ones that my grandma used to make. It's either they more like a pancake than it is the whole cake or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna get that masa mix and then we gonna go from there. But y'all, I'm finna get ready to end this live and probably read me a book or whatever. Like I said, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'll probably email you. It might be tonight, but you respond when you can. Yes, I understand and I appreciate everything you do. Thank you very much. I also thank you, Savannah, for being here every day and always presenting questions and everything. Because sometimes that's the way I keep my conversation going. Because all the time I don't have anything to talk about. I just made a commitment to myself that I'm going to, for this month, come on every day, you know, try to, make the commitment to myself that I've been saying I was going to do for a minute, but I let other things throw me off of my game and everything every time. So, you know, I appreciate you for coming through and supporting too. And if it's the Lord's will, we'll get some connection and some conversation behind it, and go from there. So you all, I hope y'all have an amazing day. I hope y'all get out into the garden, get you some seeds, growing you something, because over here all we believe in is growing. Growing. Hey Isha. Listen, look at me done showing your name, Aisha. But over here we are interested in growing in the garden. And whatever growth you get in your garden connected to your real life, so you can see the manifestation of growing in your garden and in your real life. And over here, we are called the high class gardeners. And that just means we make sure at all times we growing something. We growing something because these prices in these stores is getting ridiculous. But the high class part means that we don't mess around with no bugs, no worms, and no snakes. And that's in the garden and that's in real life too. We don't play with none of those kinds of things. See, in the garden, see, I can get my husband or one of my kids that ain't scared of them bugs and worms like that and come and get it off the plants, but I don't do that. So that classifies us over here as high class gardeners because we don't play with those things. And and as long as you are growing someplace, even if it's in your life, keep growing. Keep growing. The moment you stop growing, that means you are now fertilizer. You will be turned into fertilizer. But I have enjoyed everyone's comment. Please, may everyone have a wonderful day. I really hope everybody does have an amazing day, and what you do throughout the day, as long as you keep on growing, you going in the right direction. So keep on going and keep on growing. Until the next time we get out here in this garden. And all right, Shauna, I'm gonna go. I might even make a short about me making them whole cakes, honey. We gonna see because I feel this one in my spirit, Shauna, that this was gonna be the right this was gonna be the right one. So but yeah, child, my mouth watering already. I'm gonna go ahead and pick my greens and everything and plant it out, honey. We having greens with some smoked neck bones and probably I don't know what else on the side of it, some rice. But yeah, that's what we having for dinner tomorrow. And I'll let y'all know from there. But y'all have an amazing day and thank y'all for joining me. And y'all like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day. Till next time, back in the garden.